So you're thinking about moving to Castle Pines, Colorado. Castle Pines is one of the most beautiful and upscale suburbs south of Denver, with golf courses, trails, open space, and easy access to both Denver and Colorado Springs. But before you move there are definitely a few things that you should know. Hi, I'm Debbie Neseba, broker owner with Dream Homes of Colorado. And today I am talking about what you need to know before moving to Castle Pines, Colorado. Castle Pines is beautiful, quiet, and one of the prettiest areas in the South Metro area. But like anywhere, there are pros and cons. One of the biggest reasons people love Castle Pines is the scenery. You have rolling hills, mature trees, trails, and beautiful views almost everywhere you look. It has a much more peaceful and private feel than a lot of the Denver suburbs. A lot of people also love that Castle Pines feels more upscale. Many of the neighborhoods have newer or higher end homes, larger lots, beautiful landscaping, and a cleaner, more polished feel overall. A huge plus is the location. Castle Pines is right off of I-25, so it is easy to get north to Denver and the Tech Center and south toward Castle Rock and Colorado Springs. It is kind of in the middle between Denver and Colorado Springs, which is relatively convenient if you have work, family, or activities in both directions. Even though you have easy access to I-25, Castle Pines still feels quieter and a little more tucked away than places like Park Highlands Ranch. A lot of people like it because they want more breathing room and privacy. If you love being outdoors, Castle Pines has a lot to do, a lot to offer. They have trails, parks, golf courses, a lot of open space all over the area. A lot of people also like that Castle Pines really does feel like a small town. It's not huge and there is a quieter atmosphere and more of a neighborhood feel. What is nice is that Castle Pines is continuing to grow and invest in the future. There are plans for more trails, more open space, new commercial developments, and better connections throughout the community. The city has talked about adding around 50 miles of new trails, more parks, and better access to the Reuter-Hess Reservoir, which already has trails, open space, and it even has an incline area for workouts. That's just over the hill in Parker. There are also plans for more office space, more housing options, and additional amenities. So Castle Pines is continuing to grow while still keeping that little bit quieter feel. A newer addition that could make Castle Pines even more appealing that I love is the planned Lifetime Fitness location, which is expected to open in late 2026. It's supposed to bring more fitness, wellness, family activities, pickleball, pools, spa amenities, and resort features. And those will all be nearby. You'll also want to research schools if that's important to you. Depending on the neighborhood, students in Castle Pines may attend schools in the Douglas County School District. School boundaries, ratings, and programs can change, so I always recommend checking sites like greatschools.org and doing your own research based on what is important to you. Now, let's talk about some of the downsides. The biggest downside for a lot of people is the price. Castle Pines is generally more expensive than many of the surrounding areas, especially if you are comparing it to places like Parker, Castle Rock, or even Highlands Ranch. And it is not just home prices. Property taxes can also be on the higher side, depending on the neighborhood and metro district. So that is definitely something that you want to factor into your monthly payment. Castle Pines also sits at just over 6,300 feet above sea level, so it can sometimes get a little more snow, colder temperatures, and more wind than areas closer to Denver. One complaint some people have is that there are not as many restaurants, shopping centers, nightlife spots, or entertainment options right in Castle Pines itself. If you like being close to a lot of bars, restaurants, shopping, or walkable areas, Castle Pines may feel a little too quiet for you. Most people end up going to Castle Rock or Lone Tree, the Park Meadows Mall area, or even Denver if they want more shopping, restaurants, or entertainment. You also see a lot more wildlife in Castle Pines than in some of the other suburbs. Because there is so much open space and so many trees, it's not unusual to see things like deer, foxes, coyotes, maybe wild turkeys, rabbits, and other animals. For a lot of people, that is a pro, but if you have small pets, it is definitely something to be aware of. You will also want to pay attention to the HOA fees. Depending on the neighborhood, some of the HOAs in Castle Pines can be pretty significant, especially if you are in a neighborhood with more amenities or a gated community. And usually there are more than one HOAs. And because Castle Pines is smaller, it can sometimes feel a little isolated if you are somebody who likes being right in the middle of the action. So at the end of the day, Castle Pines can be an amazing place to live if you want a quieter, more upscale lifestyle with beautiful scenery, more space, and easy access to both Denver and Colorado Springs. But if affordability, nightlife, walkability, or being close to a lot of shopping and restaurants is more important to you, it just might not be the right fit for you. The good news is there are a lot of great areas around Denver, and not every suburb is right for every person. If you are trying to figure out which area around Denver fits you best, make sure you check out some of my other videos where I talk about places like Parker, Littleton, Castle Rock, Fort Collins, even Colorado Springs, and other cities around Denver. And if there is an area around Colorado that you would like me to talk about next, leave it in the comments because I would love to make a video for you. And if you're thinking about moving to Castle Pines or anywhere in the Denver metro area and you are not sure where you fit best, I'm Debbie Nussaba, broker owner of Dream Homes of Colorado. If you are thinking about buying, selling, or moving anywhere in Colorado, send me a message, leave a comment, or reach out anytime. I would love to help you figure out which area makes the most sense for your lifestyle and for your budget. Make sure you subscribe and follow for more honest real estate advice.